afternoon. What's going on? Pimps, players, hustlers, gamblers, sports bettors, non-sports bettors, people looking to make some money on the side without having to drive for DoorDash or Uber Eats. People looking to get paid twice on payday. We're the podcast to follow if you're trying to get paid twice on payday. I'm not saying you need to bet every bet that I make. Please don't. But I'm going through every sport that's on television tonight. WNBA, MLB, NBA, and the dirty ass UFL. Going through all of them. All of them are educated bets, and I'm personally getting all these to the window. I suggest you should pick a sport to follow me in. Baseball's been going well. NBA is still kind of up and down, but UFL has been solid. So pick a sport, follow along, follow all of them if you want, but I would have to preach money management. No more than 1% of your bankroll on these plays, okay? Unless you hear me say otherwise. If I'm going heavy on something, I'll let you know. Yeah, it's 21 bets tonight for me. 21, not a lie. I told my therapist. She knows. She has questions. I have answers. They're not good answers, but they are answers to the reason that I made these bets and answer questions about why I'm making 21. Because I like money, and I like to make money. In order for you to make your money work for you, you know what you have to do? You have to put your money to work. So if you have a $500 bank, well, just a quick lesson. I'm sorry, I'm not going to beat you. If you have a $500 bankroll and you're only doing 3 bets a day at 1%, that's $15. With proper money management, you're making $15 a day. If you hit all 3 bets, you've made $15 back to you. That's 3%. Here's the deal. Volume, volume, volume. Educated volume, finding the right price for a game. That's how you make your money work for you. You have to spread it around in order to be successful in this business. That is just it. You can't do it making 1 or 2 or 3 bets a day. I'm sorry, you just can't. Volume is the only way to go. That's how you make your money. Your money can't work for you if you don't put your money to work. So what are we doing today on Friday? We're going to get paid tax on payday, and we're going to put our money to work for us. All right? I'm Jemia. This is the To the Window Sports Betting Podcast. I'm coming to you, like I said, or maybe I didn't say. Let's just take 2. I'm live in a bunker underneath Hartsfield in Jackson International Airport, where we use the river that flows underneath the airport to power our Wi-Fi because Xfinity sucks. Yeah, I'm still on that shit from yesterday's pod. Xfinity sucks. And here's the difference between gambling and what we're doing here. It's still gambling, but it's educated gambling. We're making bets from a position of strength and study, and that's how it's going to work. So let's crank this thing up. First up is going to be the big boy, Knicks Sixers, and Spurs T-Wolves. 8 plays. Let's get into it. First play, Sixers at home, backs against the wall. Joel Embiid's kind of a big crybaby. BJ Edgecombe apparently does a great impersonation of him. Loving BJ and the way he's playing in these playoffs. But give me Philly. Give me the 76ers on the money line. This line is sneaky. It's fishy. It's scary. I don't understand it, but I don't think OG Anunoby is going to play. I think Josh Hart is the walking wounded. Brunson and Cat can only do so much, and I think Embiid's going to come out and go off. Not worth betting a prop on with Embiid because I'm just not sure. So I'm going to leave that one alone as far as his props go, but give us the 76ers on the money line. Next up, we're taking the Spurs and Timberwolves over 216. The Spurs defense is good. Wemby block shots all over the court. I just think this total is too low. Give me the over. Next up, Paul George, over 2.5 made threes. He went to MSG and made 5 of them the other night when Embiid didn't play. He made 5 threes. So they set his line at 2.5. It's a little juicy, but PG at home in a must-win game, they can't go down. They can't go down 0-3. They cannot go down 0-3. And even if they do, give me Paul George to make 3 to 4 3-pointers. The other engine that makes his car run that is the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, that got his total at 24.5 points. That's too low. Give us Tyrese Maxey over 24.5 points. He's been electric. Nobody can stay in front of this dude. He's one of the fastest cats I've ever seen since like For my hoop heads who really know, Ish Smith was really fast. Tyrese is up there on Ish Smith level as far as speed. To the Timberwolves and Spurs game, three quick props. We're taking Nas Reed off the bench over 11 and a half points. He's good for 12. He's going to get it. Dylan Harper over 17 and a half points, rebounds, and assists combined for a unit. Dylan Harper, he's that guy. He's a kind of like a Josh Hart for the Knicks. He fills up the stat sheet. He does whatever needs to be done. And then Mr. Wemby over 12 and a half rebounds. Listen, man, the dude can get 13. He can slip and fall and get fucking 13 rebounds, dude. 12. He's gonna get 13. Like he's gonna get like 15 boards. So give me Wemby over 12 and a half rebounds. And then the one I love the most is Carl Anthony Towns has been dishing the rock really well, and the odds on this are crazy. So we're going to take Carl Anthony Towns over 5.5 assists. The odds on this thing are plus 146. Defenses are going to collapse on him. He's going to kick the ball out to Jalen Brunson. Brunson is going to make some shots. I think his point total set at 26. Didn't bet it, but I really like Carl Anthony Towns over 5 assists. Super duper, super great price. Next up, excuse me, great night for me, and I'm really excited about it. So, WNBA and the WNBA is back, and if you're not betting it, you're leaving money on the table. It shouldn't matter what the sport is. It shouldn't matter what shape the ball is. It shouldn't matter the gender who's playing, male, female, whatever. All right, there's money to be made. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it ahead. I'm gonna start off with the props. And the Seattle Storm are a mess. They mortgaged their entire future for Dominique Malaga, 6'4" center from France. She's going to be really good, but the Storm are going to be really bad. And they drafted Flujay Johnson from LSU. Let me just run through her numbers real quick because it is crazy. 46.7% from the field, 37.3% from three, over 141 games, big time sample size. But her senior year is where she shot 46% from three her senior year. 46%. I think she played in the preseason game she played the other day, and I should have pulled this up before I wasn't. But she should have pulled this up. I should have pulled this up before. But in the preseason game, I think she had 13 or 14 shots. Like she's a shooter. She's a scorer, pure and simple. We have a bet on her for Rookie of the Year because his team is so bad. But I think that she's going to put up such numbers that over 10 and a half is not the ceiling. That's the floor. She is going to get 12 points tonight. Next one is Sonia Citron, Washington Mystics, over 1.5 made threes. Last season, she was 40% from three, limited action. At Notre Dame, she was 40% as a sophomore, 35.9%, and 37% over 124 games in college. And she hit six straight in a game against Virginia while she was still in college. It's her second year in the league. Unlike Sonia Citron, over 1.5 made threes against Toronto. They're a young team. They're going to be aggressive. Same squad, Tiffany Evan. She played 22 games as a rookie with the Mystics. She averaged 11.9 points. Her and Sonia are going to be the old heads on this Mystics team, and they got a point total at 13 and a half. She's going to have to score for them to keep up with the Toronto tempo tonight, who is a very experienced team. Toronto has the $1 million backcourt with Marina Mabrey and Brittany Sykes. So I think that Kiki Uliefin over 13 and a half points is worth a trip to the window. We're going to take it. Next up for the Indiana Fever, we are taking Kelsey Mitchell. And some of these games are tonight, some are tomorrow. So pay attention. Kelsey Mitchell over 19 and a half points. They're setting these lines. Listen, she's top 5 in the MVP voting, 20 points per game last year, 45% from the floor, 40% from three, all in a career high, taking that team almost to the finals without Miss Caitlin Clark. And they have her total set at 19 and a half. Give us Kelsey Mitchell over 19 and a half points for the Indiana Fever tonight. And Asia Wilson, the beast, the animal, the dog that is Asia Wilson, over. They got a point total set at 23 for Asia, 23 and a half points on ring day night tomorrow afternoon. Whenever they pass out the fucking names for them winning the championship last year. 23 and a half points. Crazy. That's dumb. I'll do a short if I'm in the line of that thing because she's good for 30. And I think she's going to get 30. So her over 23 and a half points. It's the start of the season, so we got to take it easy. We don't want to go crazy with it. But Asia Wilson over 23.5 points is an absolute fucking wagon. Run it, for fuck's sake. Next is Stewie. Uh, the Liberty got Satu Sato from Phoenix for a six-pack of Pepsi and a bag of peanuts. Um, but she's out tonight. And so is Sabrina Ionescu, and they're both out tonight. Which means Stewie's going to have to be, and they traded Natasha Cloud, who was the other only true point guard on the team. Stewie can handle the rock. She can run the off. They can run the offense through her, and they have her points, rebounds, assists set at 30 and a half. The spread on this game opened at New York minus 17, which is crazy. Now it's 11, 11 and a half, 10. But it's all going to have to run through Brianna Stewart. And we're going to take her over 30 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Real quick with these spreads, four spreads. The Portland Fire they're going to be a horrible, horrible basketball team this year, and they know that. They drafted accordingly. They drafted a girl from Spain, literally drafted Spanish. She's not been available to them until August because she plays in the Spanish league, and they don't even want her to come over here. Portland is going to suck. Chicago is better in lane. The line may have moved. If you're good up to 6 on this, we have the Chicago Sky minus 4.5. For 1.2 units, Minnesota without Collier, and then they traded co-defensive player of the year. They traded her to Dallas. I'm trying to remember her name. I don't. But the Dream, Atlanta Dream minus 3.5 is definitely worth the trip to the window. I got a run of Liberty. I'm not gonna lie. I got greedy again. I bet it early. Trying to do my little betting favorites early and underdogs late, but this line did not move in our favor. So we're on the Liberty. We got it at minus 15 for a half a unit. The line's like 10. It's a bad bet, but it's only half a unit. So there's money coming in on Dallas against Indiana Fever. We got the Fever minus 7.5. I think it's down to 6.5, so you can get a better number than us. But we're taking Indiana Fever minus 7.5 for half a unit. And then a couple of unders, which is scary, but not to me because my numbers have these two specific games these numbers are way too high according to my information. So we're taking Phoenix Las Vegas under 166.5 for half a unit. And we're taking the Dallas Wings at Indiana Fever under 176.5 for half a unit as well. All right, so that's the WNBA cap on regular one more time for you. Dallas, Indiana under 176.5. Phoenix, Las Vegas under 166.5. Chicago minus 4.5. Atlanta minus 3.5. New York Liberty minus 15.5. Fever minus 7.5. You can probably get 6.5. Stewie, Brianna Stewart over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Asia Wilson, Las Vegas Aces over 23.5 points. Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever over 19.5 points. Kiki Iriepin for the Mystics over 13.5 points. Sonia Citron over 1.5 made threes. And Miss Flu J. Johnson for the Seattle Storm over 10.5 points. Love every single one of these props. And when I love stuff like this, what could possibly go wrong? Damn it. Anyway, let's go dog hunting in baseball, guys. Not my favorite sport. I'm not about to explain all this shit and go through all these goddamn stats because the stats make me nuts. And I don't think you care. I think you just want the picks. So we're going to give it to you. We're going to take the Braves. I got them at plus 105 against the Dodgers. We're taking the Tigers on the money line at plus 129 against Kansas City. We are taking the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line over the Red Sox at plus 120. And we are taking the Twins first 5 innings, first 5 over my Guardians. Only the first 5 at plus 117. And last on the docket is the shitty ass UFL. Listen, every game this week, I'm not going to go through it. Pikkit has it. I did it on another video. But we're betting every favorite. All right, so we're taking the St. Louis Battlehawks against the Columbus Aviators. Not sure what they're aviating. They're flying fucking planes and not playing fucking football. I don't fucking know. But give us the St. Louis Battlehawks minus 3.5 over the Columbus Aviators. Again, it shouldn't matter what the sport is. The point in this game, in this thing that we do, is to make money. All right. We are here to make money, and you can find an edge in these obscure sports, find them, exploit them, make some cash. That's what we're doing. The next one is the Dallas Renegades uh, over Birmingham. I think that game is tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. And just from a coaching standpoint, give me give me Dallas. Give me Rick Neuheisel. Give me all of that. And that's it. That's the card, man. 21 plays. NBA, WNBA, MLB, UFL. I bet on every sport today. Healthy? No. Entertaining? Not really, because I don't even really watch the games, to be honest with you. I'm not about to sit here and stress myself out about some motherfuckers I don't even fucking know. That's dumb. Like, don't have control over it. Like I said in the podcast yesterday, a lot of people say it is what it is, and I don't really like that phrase, it is what it is. It is what you make it, if you can control it. These games you can't control. You can do the research, do the homework, make an educated bet from a position of strength where you're not guessing. And it's out of your hands at that point. And watching the game and yelling at the TV and rah, 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 and doing all this shit. Nah, man, don't do all that, bro. Do your homework. If you want to watch the game and watch the game to learn how to handicap the next game, especially in the WNBA, you need to watch these coaches' rotations and things at the first part of the season. But as far as the other stuff, don't stress yourself out watching these games, man. Put the bets in, trust your process, keep it pushing, okay? This is Jemia. I am one half of the To the Window Sports Betting Podcast. Bet responsibly. I would say don't be like me, but I'm a volume guy. I love volume. And all these tickets are going to the window. At the end of the video, you'll see, and you can track it in the Pikkit app or in Juice Reel, whichever you prefer, for all the guys who follow these things out there. You can follow all of our bets there, all of my bets there. All right? And as I always say at the end of every podcast, do not bet what you can't afford to lose. If a bet is making you sweat, you're not doing it right, man. This is supposed to be easy. This is supposed to be fun. We are not professional fucking handicappers here. We're in Vegas running numbers from a guy in New York that's betting 50,000 a game. We're not doing all that. We're just trying to get some side money, take her to the old lady, buy her something nice, take a nice little trip, go have a nice dinner, whatever. Side hustle money. That's what we're doing. Mistakes will be made along the way, but let's, in the words of the homie Steve Mann from Wager Talk, let's learn, let's earn, and let's win together. All right? This is Divine from the To the Window Sports Betting Podcast. We will see you guys next time. Love.